everybody, it's your girl Nat Clark, and we're back with another episode of the Nat Clark Show. And I'm your host, Nat Clark. And today we have a special episode. We're actually doing volume two of our series, Unbelievable. And I got the man himself, my father, Mr. Kendall Clark, KC, and Mr. Invincible Agency owner himself. Kendall, how are you doing?
Hey, Nat, I'm doing it. Unbelievable, Nat. Unbelievable. Got planes flying overhead, but
I
it's
know.
it's all good.
All good, all good. Awesome, awesome. So I just want to get with you today just to pinpoint and break down, like, we're at the end of the year, literally, like New Year's Eve is tomorrow. And so I just want to talk to you about the business, being in a new office setting, because the year prior in 2024, your agency was doing remote. Y'all were 90% calls. Y'all were a 90% call center, working from home. Your agents didn't necessarily have a location as a physical office like you do this year. And so I just want to dig deep into that for a moment and just want you to reflect on how the transition from working from home to working in a physical office, how has that impacted your business?
All right, perfect. Hey, Nat, am I blurry?
You are a little blurry, honest. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This is not only a video podcast, this is an audio podcast too. So if you can't really
All
see
right.
it, you can also hear it. So we're gonna
All
keep the
right.
ball
Sounds
rolling with
good.
that.
Keep the ball rolling. So, but to really go from a office setting, I mean, from a home setting to office setting, it kind of. I'm not gonna say it was difficult. I was excited because working out of the house, you get caught up with watching TV and doing stuff around the house and not really uh, working it like you're supposed to. Had an office before and it was very conducive to our business, but it just was farther away. So decided, a year and a half ago to go back and just working from home because we're doing remote, meeting up at different spots. But we started renting office space, like once a month, renting the space, get together, agents dial, make sales. And I said, you know what? I want to get my own space. So first around this time last year, actually, I was looking at spaces, found a space, it was perfect for what we were doing, and got excited. Got excited about being in an office because about 20 some years ago, I had an office and I didn't have the right people in the office. This year, I had an office and we didn't have a lot of people, but we were building towards it. So the excitement when we started doing the closeout weeks and having carriers come to the office was great. And then we had the opportunity around October to leave that space because it was too small to get a bigger space. And it's just been great. I'm excited about what we got played and planned for 2026. I'm looking forward to more growth, more helping agents, helping people, and just leveling up on levels I didn't think were possible.
Right. Right, right. Yeah, it's like you said, it's like literally a year ago when you were narrowing down which location you wanted to go to as far as like in the area, like, and how big the space was for your agents to come in and dial and work, in the actual office setting location. And I think the thing about that is like when COVID hit, people were working from home. So it's like, and then not only were people working from home, they were adjusted to working from home and not
Yeah.
leaving their house unless they had to go get groceries or whatever the case may be. But the thing about it is now, it's like whenever I come here to work or go to the gym or whatever the case may be, everybody's back outside. Everybody's back in that office setting. So not only was it an adjustment for us, but it was also just an adjustment for our agents and for the people who were like we're so used to just being home, waking up, get on the computer, and now it's like, oh, I'm actually getting dressed and I'm walking out the door. I'm actually putting on cute
Close.
business casual
Little
clothes,
close.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Not in my
not
underwear.
showing up in my, yeah, and not showing up in my pajamas on screen or whatever case may be. And I had to do that for class, but so yeah, I think that's cool. So another question I wanted to ask you, like, what came about the idea of doing a closeout week per month? Like, how did that start out for you, and how did that end in this year?
Well, corporate and FFL were doing lock-ins where you would rent a house, agents will come together, they'll lock in for a day, dial. And I say, you know what? Closeout week will be something good to do the last weekend of the month to really drive sales into the next month. It'll get a chance for agents to really come to the office so that way we can take full advantage of the space, but make it almost like a training slash work slash get to know me type of thing. So, January of last year, we didn't do one because, we had just moved into the office space. February, we had what's it called? We had our national convention. So, but coming out of that, we decided to do a closeout week, and it was great because agents came in town. We dialed together, we broke bread together, we got sales together, and it was you ring the bell every time you get a sale. So every month we did a closeout week. And every month more people came, and we started getting carriers to come to support us, and we started getting top producers to come in to support us. But the one we did in December, it was kind of tough because November we didn't do one because of Thanksgiving, but then December's Christmas and New Year. So I said, okay, let's do a closeout week the second week of December, even though it's a closeout week. But that event grew because of the leadership, with the other agents that stepped up and reached out to the carriers and got the carriers to come. Reached out to higher ups, got them to come, got some integrity partners to come. And let's rent a beach house. Agent put that in place. Corinne Jobs put that in place with the beach house, and Crystal contacted the different carriers, and contacted all the leadership. All of a sudden, they went from something that was going to be a small thing to about 50 agents for 3 days. And trying to feed 45 to 50 people for 3 days is tough. Like for lunch is tough. Pizza one day,
Yeah.
fried chicken the next day, lasagna the next day. Okay, what we gonna eat
Yeah.
the third, fourth day? I mean, it was tough, but the agents that were new got a chance to really see what we were about. We did a vision board session led by Leslie, which was great. Got agents to kind of expand their mind and think more. We had a Caribbean food night on Wednesday night after we got dials. I think we did like $250,000 in production in 4 days. So which was great. One of our probably best weeks. So I'm excited because we already talking about, okay, where's the next one? Gonna be tough to kind of do one in January because we got conference, but February we're gonna do another one, and then March we'll do one as well, and just keep going every end of the month. Last week of the month. Hopefully to build that momentum, and just make it like a fun thing, like rent two beach houses and food, fellowship, fun, and making money.
I want to touch on that too. Like, definitely, like the last closeout week in December, like it was just so much fun. Like, yes, I was like running around, like getting people the things and the stuff
Yeah,
that they
you.
needed to be successful. I was being like little errand girl, but at the end of the day, it was still like fun to just like talk to people and be in a space where it's like not just like regular local agents, but agents from like Texas and like North Carolina, Florida, and Georgia, and Illinois, and like states like that, and just actually meeting them in person rather than just hearing their voice on WhatsApp or on Zoom. So I
Yeah,
thought that was like really cool just to like like talk to them in person. But I think what made it special too was like just the numbers the number of people we had. Like we had what well over like 40 people for the week, if that.
yeah, a day. Yeah, 40, 45 a day. And then
Yeah, like
left, and the new agents came in. So I think total we probably had like 65 people
see
throughout
that,
the
and that's
four
a
days.
lot, and that's a lot. Rather, like that's a lot of people in like one space, like just working like a ballroom call center type of vibe. Whereas like throughout like each month, it was just like like 20 agents at the end to close out week. No, we had like 50 to like 60 people, and some of these people I never even seen in person, but I've seen them like I said, WhatsApp, Zoom, or
Mhm.
Discord, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought that was really cool, and I think like with that, I think each I can honestly say like each agent that came to like the last closeout week took some type of like nugget or some type of like goal or motivation or something with them back home to like really attack the phones and really lock in for the next year. I think that's what was really important about that for sure.
Absolutely. I definitely can see the growth. Um, I could see, agents have gotten sharper on the phone from the trainings. Because, like you said, saying it on Zoom, it goes in one ear, out the other. But actually, them sitting down and kind of going through it and just presenting it, it was just totally different. It was a different vibe. It was definitely a different vibe.
Absolutely. And I think each team, whether it's Crystal's team or KG's team, Leslie's team, I think each team like really got like closer with each other and with the other people on the team. Like we're all one big team, but I think like different people from like different teams really got closer and like really like, like had that type of like that network and that connection with each other. And I just love to see stuff like that, especially in like a business setting. Um for sure. So with that being said, I will say like just watching like the beginning, being here at the beginning of January to now in December, like there's definitely been a lot of growth with the office. Going from the across the hall in a small space to a bigger space definitely like allowed us to grow, and I think allowed production numbers to grow as well. So just talk about like the numbers like from the end of January to like now in
Okay.
December.
So, um, I think January this year we had a good month. We did like 360, and then we wound up hitting 586 by the end of the year. We're averaging, about 530,000, which is not bad. It's not where I want it
Yeah.
to be. It's not bad, but helping. I think we helped 280 some agents get paid this year. We're averaging about 84 to 85 agents doing business every single month, which is definitely not bad. The goal for 26 is to help increase everybody's profitability and their profits. So we're putting things in place with that to help them make more money. The whole thing is to help them make more money. So we're putting those things in place and making it a system where it's simple for a new person to get started, to come in and make 10 grand their first week. Like that's the goal, is help you make 10 grand your first week. So we're putting those things in place because I'm excited, because to me, I'm not going to say it's easier than it was 5 years ago, but I will say it is easier than it was 5 years ago. We got better systems now than 5 years ago. So you don't have to go into the person's house that stinks. You don't have to drive, to somebody's house and then they no show you. And, we just able to really take this laptop, and work anywhere in the world. Um, and that's what I like about it. You really can sit on the beach, help some families with life insurance, and make a couple $1,000s, and then enjoy the rest of your day. So,
Exactly. Yeah. The convenience helps the business a lot more than it did. Yeah, when y'all were starting out for sure. So you talked about like goals. What's one big goal you want to see within yourself and within your business though? For next year specifically for the year 2026.
a big goal for myself is
Yeah,
just
for
outside
yourself
of
and for your
this,
business.
this life. I mean, I have a goal that's pretty big. I want to finally know how to play my guitar in 26. I am going to like 2, 3 times a week, going to somewhere to get to how to play the guitar. I'm gonna practice every day. That's one of the big goals. And then lose some more weight, down to about 225, 230. Um, I lost 40 pounds so far, which is good.
Good.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Really want to lose more. I get back to my contest weight where I'm, shredded and cut up, 5, 6% body fat. Nah, but right around that 9, 10. So that's gonna happen this year. Um, Business wise, what I want to do is I want to grow our agency to about $25 million for the year. I want to have a 25 or 8 figure business. So that's the goal. That's the big goal. In order for that to happen, we gotta hire more agents, and we got to help people get paid. So we really gonna put those things in place when it comes to that. If I had to spend, a couple of $100,000 to make it happen, we gonna make it happen, because that's the goal, is to put people in position to win. So that's the goal. Um, and then probably actually, You don't even know this. Is to get too big in this office that we got to rent another space down the hall. Maybe I don't want to leave the building because I like the building, but maybe we have the other corner of the building. Like we got this corner of the building, let's get the other corner of the building. So we have like two spaces. So that is probably one of the goals too.
Those sound like some well thought out plan goals to have for sure, especially within the next year. I could definitely see all those things happening person for yourself and for the business for sure. Yeah, I believe those things can happen. I don't think anymore. I believe those goals can happen for sure. Cuz just looking back at like the progress to
Mhm.
now, it's just amazing to witness things like that, especially like coming from like your family and your parents. So, I think that's amazing.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So you had you had some people owe you some money and some debt. Not gonna dive I'm not gonna get too personal as far as names and things like that, but you always say chess is not checkers. So what made you come across having that mindset to actually attacking like the problem, the issue at hand when it comes to dealing with people and not wanting to sell their debt? What made you come across that little phrase and to actually go after what's owed?
I mean, it's one of those things where there's no emotion. If things aren't going your way, you don't get emotional. You think about it. You think about it. You take a deep breath. As a grown man, when I was younger, I got emotional. Things happen, you get emotional. I'm ready to fight. You get emotional. I'm ready to cuss them out. You get emotional. I'm ready. You get emotional. But as a seasoned 52, soon to be 53-year-old man, I sit back and I pay attention to stuff. So one of my goals that I wrote in my journal or in my remarkable, this was in 2023, is I had people that owed me money, and I wanted to start the ball rolling on collecting my debt. So, with anything, it's like 150,000 in debt. In order to collect, you're not going to get it all at once. You have to put things in place. So we got the collection company put in place, and I pay, religiously every month. And Stephanie does an amazing job. You need a collection person, hit me up. Stephanie does an amazing job. And she'll go after them, like send the letters, and they send the letters out, the phone calls out. So it takes time. Some people don't think about this. Not you, Nat, because you ain't never had no bills. But those who are listening, you've had a bill, you see it, you're like, I ain't gonna pay right now. Then you see it again, next one, I ain't gonna. It go from white, then that thing changed to yellow, then that thing changed to red. And the red, after red, it comes that green one with the little label on it that says certified. And then it says, if you don't pay this debt, we're going to take you to court, blah, 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 blah. Or you can settle with this. Some of us get to that point where we get that one. Say, okay, how do I take care of it? And we'll settle. So when people owe you money sometimes, it's not that they don't have it. They just feel like they're not obligated to pay it. So the letters going out, letters going out, letters going out. And I took one person to court. Let me tell you how funny this is. Tried to settle with this guy. I've known him since 2001, so 25 years. And he started working with me, and he stopped doing it. He said he won't do it no more. In insurance business, you have a thing called chargebacks. You don't pay the debt because they pay you advance commission. It rolls to the next person. It transfers to the upline, which is me. So he said, I don't want to do this no more. I'm focused on this. I ain't doing it. Had chargeback. I already paid it. I'm looking at, nah, you ain't paid. I paid it. So try to hit him up. He collection people call. That ain't me. I ain't take care of it. That ain't me. I don't do it anymore. That ain't me. So finally, he gets Mister Billy Badass. Well, Kendall just gonna have to take me to court. So they were like, okay, now the debt is 2,600. We'll settle with you for 13. Nah, my lawyer told me I ain't got to pay nothing. Let's go to court. So sometimes people be selling the wolf tickets and be saying stuff, but what they don't realize is I am very calculated. And number two, I got money now. So I said, let's go to court. So he drives from Baltimore, Maryland, which is a 5-hour drive.
I'm gonna say that's 5 hours.
Court starts at 9. So what time
That's
you
a
think he got
5 hour
on the road?
drive.
What time you think he got on the road? Maybe like four
He probably
o'clock.
got on the road around like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, just to make sure he was sitting in there at 9.
Yeah.
So when we sitting in court, I got my folder with his stuff, exhibit A through H, on all the email correspondence, all the letters that were sent to him, the certified letters, everything. And they say, hey, do you owe this? He's like, nah, I don't owe him nothing because I don't do it no more. And he conned me into selling life insurance because he making 50,000 a month. Just like, how he con you? Because he told me he was making 50,000 a month. I said, Your Honor, my income is not relevant to this gentleman deciding he wants to sell life insurance. So, of my 20 plus years of watching Matlock and Perry Mason, I sat up there. It was my turn to speak. Because he said he had not done life insurance in over 6 years. That's what he said. I ain't did it in 6 years. I ain't did it in 6 years. So I said, Mr. Applesauce, that's what we're going to call him. We don't say his name. Mr. Applesauce, did you or did you not sell insurance with me? Yeah, because I said, answer the question. Did you or did you not? He said, yes, I did. Now, did you get paid by the insurance carriers when you sold life insurance? Yeah, they paid me.
Yeah.
Did you pay your debt? Yeah, I paid all my debts. So when was the last time you sold life insurance? Oh, it's been over 6 years. Over 6 years? I said, it's quite ironic that I've only been selling life insurance for 4.5 years. So you said the last time you sold was 6 years ago, but 6 years ago I hadn't even taken the exam. I said, Your Honor, see, this man is lying. So you can't believe nothing comes out of his mouth. I said, I rest my case, Your Honor. I sat down. So the judge was like, Mr. Applesauce, I don't see any reason why you don't owe Mr. Clark this money. File for Mr. Clark plus collection costs. So the settlement was 13. With the collection costs, it wound up being 4,500, and with the court fees. So Mr. Applesauce zells me 500
Wow.
for the next 10 months and had to drive all the way back to
Back
Baltimore,
to Baltimore.
losing, loser, losing.
Oh my gosh.
So, and
So
then
he
we
only
got a
owed what? He only owed
he only
14?
owed 25, but when he got
2500?
all said and done, it's 4,900.
He's paying 4,900 as a total.
Yeah, he could have settled for 13. See,
I
some
think you
people
should have
got this
just
thing
taken
called
care of your responsibility.
some people got this thing called stupid. So he hits a mutual friend of mine. The mutual friend said, "Man, Applesauce told me you done sued him for nothing." So I said, "Man, let me tell you about him." He said, "Yeah, I figured, Applesauce always be embellishing stories. He told me, Kendall." I said, "What'd he tell you?" He said, "Tell Kendall he ain't my friend no more." I said,
Why does he sound like a little schoolgirl?
"He's 65 years old. So tell Kendall he ain't my friend no more."
But
So
you
when I
could have
won that
avoided
case,
that.
he could
He
have
could have
avoided that.
avoided that if he settled his debt.
So there's that. So on that case, when I won that case, it was the next one. Wind up going through, winning that one. Got this lady out of Louisiana. She been ducking me for 3 years. Finally caught her. Got served papers. She ain't show up at court. She ain't gonna fly from Louisiana to Virginia Beach, Chesapeake. I win judgment, everything on her. About to garnish her bank account. She owe me 4,500. So what made me come up with these videos and chestnut checkers, because I think things through. And there's a young man that I want to really get my money because we were friends. We were friends, and he basically said it ain't mine. It's yours. That's what you chose to do. Basically, give me a big fat F you. So I waited patiently and just built the cases with others that owed me money and kept posting pictures of it. Like one of the ladies has the same last name as me, Clark. She ain't my cousin. I don't know her. But I posted online. If I take somebody to court that got the same last name as me, you best believe I'll take you to court. So people thinking I just sued my cousin. Well, we weren't even related. It was
It was just
advertising.
coincidence of last names.
Yeah, it was just
And I
advertising.
remember asking you about it, like,
I said, no, I ain't
somebody
related
in
to
our
her.
family did that? Like,
Nah, nah. But people thought, hey, he sued his cousin? Oh my goodness. All of a sudden the phone started ringing. So when I made these videos and I put the naughtiness, the lice list, by doing that, it sparked people calling and reaching out to me. Like I've gotten Zelle. Last week I got Zelle 500. I got Zelle 150. I just got Zelle 2000. And one of the people on the list decided to come to the office and settle their debt. So when I say it's chestnut checkers. Now, I squashed everything because it was more business. It wasn't nothing personal. It was just business. And me and that person, we settled it up. We basically on agreement. Any hard feelings to him or their family, I apologize. But me and him are good now. And that's all it took was I did that to get the conversation started. Not that I'm scared of confrontation. I'll stand to your face and tell you owe me some fucking money. Sorry about my language. I ain't never back down from nobody. But I thought it was just funny because it was all in fun, but it was being serious at the same time. Like it was fun. Like, you know, Kindle
I,
claws and
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you telling me your game plan and then me putting together like a whole video strategy behind it, that was fun for sure. Just
mhm.
editing the transitions and then putting in the audio, I thought that was fun because like you had the idea, and I'm just glad like it
Yeah.
was broadcasted in
It
the way
worked.
that you had the idea. So that was fun for sure.
And
And
the
then
thing
just
was,
watching the
they were all
videos.
one takes though. It was all like,
They
okay,
all what it takes exactly.
let me just put it together. Bam. It was all one takes.
Yeah, they were.
I am an actor. Like I am an actor. So
They
fun.
were all what it takes. Yeah.
It was fun. And then the chessboard on the table. Oh man, that was magnifique.
Yes, yes. I thought.
So it was, and it's funny because, it stirred the pot. It stirred the ones that thought I ain't gonna pay him. Like, oh, he's serious,
Yeah,
and it started pot. And it's not like I said, it's nothing
it's
personal.
not personal. It's
It's
business.
business. Because here's the thing, even though I make great money, like great money, only person I need to be supporting is you and your brother and my significant other. That's it. I ain't here to support nobody else's family or make sure my mom good. I ain't here to support
Yeah.
nobody else's family. I ain't here to support, nobody else. I'm also here to support my immediate. Not you and your 7 kids or you and your 3 kids and you.
Yeah.
That ain't my job. So, you have no problem spending the money, but when it comes time to pay, like, so just pay your debt back.
Mhm.
Because
Not
I
only
don't.
that, just communicate too. Like
And
a lot
communication.
can a lot can like be avoided if you just if people just communicate.
Communication, communication. And, it's funny because somebody hit me up one day and was like, you know, I'm gonna take care of my dad, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna take care of it. You don't have to do that. I don't take kindly to threats. That's what they said. So I'm gonna educate you, Nat. I'm gonna educate this whole audience is watching. See, a threat is only a threat when you don't follow through. What I did was make you aware because I am gonna follow through.
You brought awareness.
Yeah. I don't take kindly to threat. I'm like, a threat's only a threat when somebody, if I say
Don't do it.
if I'm gonna smack you in your face and I don't do it, that's a threat. If I say you do that one more time, I'm gonna kick you, and I don't do it, that's a threat. But if I say you do that one more time, I'm gonna kick you, you do it, I kick the shit out of you, That ain't no threat. I was just warning you it's about to happen.
Exactly.
So that I don't take kindly to threats. That only works for somebody who ain't gonna follow through. I will follow through.
You
So I
do.
just want to educate the world when they say I don't take kindly to threats. That don't work for me because I will follow through. You don't suspect it. Like you don't suspect it, and all of a sudden you hear this on your nose, and the man serve you them papers like, oh snap, he did do it. It's chess, not checkers. Find me
Well,
before I find you.
find me before I find you. Well, I'm glad that you were able to like squash whatever needed to be squashed, and honestly, I'm glad that there was light behind people like not communicating to you, reaching out to you about their dev and their own. So I'm glad like that got cleared out before the new year hit, for
Yeah, I
their
mean,
sake. And
yeah,
for your sake and for their sake.
yeah, because
Just
it's
want to
not,
be
it's
clear
not
with
like
that.
it's not like I want to go to court, man. That's taking time out of my day on a Wednesday to go sit there
Yeah.
and listen to all these people. Now, if you first you get to go through, it's quick because there's nothing they have to stand on. I got everything documented, A
Mhm.
to Z. It's like it's a waste of my time, and then I don't want
Exactly.
to have to cost on top of that in court fee and take the time out of my day. I don't want to do that.
And that's a
You know,
whole nother process.
it's a whole other process.
Whole
I'd
nother
rather you
process.
communicate. You communicate with me and say, hey, I'll sell you every Friday. I'll sell you once a month. I get it up in the contract, written up, boom. Just hit me with my money.
Mhm.
Give me my
Right.
money. I got some toys I want to buy.
Exactly. Like that's a whole other process. I'm glad like the process I'm glad like that was avoided and like people are actually communicating. They're actually like settling the business that they had, previously, before things took off, for you and for the other for our other agents and things like that. So I'm glad that was settled and it was clear, for sure. So I think those I've told people all the time, like, media and communication can go a long way. And I think
Absolutely.
this is like, and I think this is the example of it. Not only is it used to just network, but it's also just used to display a certain message. And the message you were trying to display, it got across to other people, you know what I'm saying? Just not only here, but like
Because the
out of
one
state and
agent,
stuff.
we hadn't talked in 3 years. So the video caused the communication to happen. It caused him to come to the office. We talked, squashed everything. We're good. And that was the main thing. I was like, yo, if we cool, we boys, all I asked for is communication. Not ducking me. Like, it's funny how when people owe you money, they ducking you like you owe them.
They
They
do.
block you,
They
blocking
they
it
do.
in. They see you to go the other way. Like, in the meantime, they buying new houses and cars and stuff. And you like,
Mm-hmm.
hmm, check, got it. And just keeping it for later. Keeping
Exactly.
it for
Taking
later. I'm like,
notes.
taking notes, keeping it for later.
Taking notes.
Keeping it for later.
Absolutely.
What else you got for me now?
I'm glad. I'm just glad that it came to be what it came to be, and I'm glad I was a part of it for sure. So I just wanted to end with that. We're gonna transition into sports a little bit because sport podcast. That's what we talk about. That's what we do. That's what I'm saying, that's my niche. But
Yeah,
I'm I'm excited for your business going into the new year, and I'm happy to witness all the accomplishments for your agency and for your agents for sure. So I just want to, throw that out there. So,
appreciate it.
boxing, boxing. Do you think Jake Paul is considered a real fighter?
Mm.
I'm gonna let
You,
you give your take, and I'm gonna give you mine.
you want me to really answer that?
Yeah, because I've been asking people. Some people give me their opinion. Some people be like, he is fighting like pros, but then it's like he turn around, he fights like old MMA fighters. Like, do you think he's like serious about the sport? or he just doing it just to like for the money and for the
All right,
fame?
I'll put it like this: if he was fighting real professionals, yes, but these are exhibition bouts, no. Even him fighting Joshua, to me, that still was an exhibition bout. He had no chance to win that fight.
Right.
Him fighting Tank, an exhibition fight, he had no chance to win that fight. He had no chance. None.
Hmm.
So he really hasn't fought anybody of caliber. So I don't think so. I don't think he's a real boxer.
I don't think he's taking the sport seriously to the
No,
degree that other fighters have,
no,
for sure. No,
no. Now, if he
because
had more
even
consistent fights, yes.
yeah, yeah. But when you fight Tyson one match and then call out Tank and then the whole lawsuit and the whole aggravated domestic violence suit goes through and he's not able to fight. You turn around and fight Anthony Joshua within a month's time.
Hmm.
You see how there's an imbalance with that? Like I don't like that. And I think the sport itself is being played with
Yeah.
because now you and we see it all the time too. Like we see all these streamers, we see these TikTokers
Now,
hosting these.
how you feel about
Yeah,
the old fighters, the old heads, the retired fighting each other? Like how Tyson fought Roy Jones.
or like yeah, how Tyson fought Jones.
Yeah.
Um, I don't mind that, and I'm gonna be devil's advocate. I don't mind seeing that. Like Tyson versus Jones, I actually watched that fight.
I did
Like
too.
I watched that fight and I watched the preparation it took to actually make the fight come to be. Like I saw Tyson in the gym, he had dropped what 20, 30 pounds, and
Yeah.
he was hitting the mats like hard, and he looked like 20, 30 year old knock you out in the second
That's my
round
problem.
Tyson.
When he fought Jake Paul, he was pulling his
He
punches.
didn't do none of that.
No, he had a chance to break Jake Paul's face, and he held his punch back.
And he ducked. Yeah,
Yeah.
he kept holding back his punches. Like I don't like seeing that, but seeing like old fighters like Pacquiao, he had like an exhibition one match, and
Mm.
Floyd, he had like a couple exhibitions too. I don't mind seeing that. Specifically though, like Tyson versus Jones, that fight I actually watched and I actually enjoyed it to a certain degree. Granted, they're old,
Yeah.
but I'd rather see that than what Jake Paul's doing because at the end of the day, they were professional fighters. They have belts, they have championships, like they actually fought. They have records to show and improve it. I don't mind seeing that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
I
understand.
rather witness that. And then like I said, they actually trained and prepared to like, actually go out here and like knock somebody out.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I enjoy that more than what we've been witnessing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with the sport, the way it is now, Netflix is taking over. So I mean, I like the fact that you might not have to pay for pay per view if the
Yeah.
fight is up on Netflix. You don't have to pay for pay per view. I mean, pay per view back when before you were born, it was like 19.99 for pay per view, 29.99. Then it went up to 59. Now it's 89. It's like back in the day, them Tyson fights for pay per view, they ain't last long.
Right, yeah.
I like the
They'll last
fact,
like 3, 4 rounds.
I like the fact that now Netflix is in place and the fights on. What I don't like, I'll be honest too, a little sleepy, but the fights don't start till like midnight, especially with UFC. When UFC, oh my god, man, those things don't even start till 12:30, 1 o'clock.
I know.
I don't
And
like
that be
that.
killing me. And
I
it's like
don't
if the
like it.
undercards aren't good, if they're not like good matches that I'm interested in seeing, I go to bed. I be in the bed by 11 o'clock, and the fight don't
You know,
start till
like, think
midnight.
about
I'm like,
it.
yo,
If you need a fight party at your house, right? You invite people over, and the main event don't start at 12:30. I'm ready for y'all to go home.
right? I'm ready. I'll go home because we're not gonna
Not,
talk about it after. It's gonna be
not
one
just
o'clock in the
the
morning.
main event don't start at 12:45, and then it's 1:30, 2 o'clock. Man, you got to go home.
Right.
But no, I,
I
don't- I
got
don't like
church in the
that.
morning.
Yeah, exactly.
I got church in the morning. Like,
I don't like that part. I
Yeah,
don't like that part.
yeah. I don't like that either. I don't either. I wish the fight card started earlier. Like if you had like a fight card at like 8, let the actual pay per view match start at 8. The undercards let that start at like
Nobody
four
don't do
o'clock.
that, right? You don't do that because it's on the West Coast.
Yeah, that too.
Because the fights in Vegas is 3 hours, so five there. I mean, five here, East Coast. It'll be 2 o'clock there. They're not gonna do
It's
that.
2 o'clock there.
It's too
Yeah,
early.
and that's too much preparation.
Yeah, they're not gonna make as much
Yeah,
money because not a lot of people gonna be at the fight.
yeah.
That's what it is.
How do you feel about Crawford's retirement?
I think he ain't had nothing else to prove.
I
I
think so
mean,
too.
how was he gonna stay around and fight Bruce Henry?
Yeah, nah, nah.
I wouldn't have fought him. Crawford got more to lose than gain. If he fought Boots and lost, if he beat Boots, they're not gonna open the post.
Do you think he could beat Mayweather in his prime?
Yes,
You think so?
absolutely. Yeah,
I just like the fact that he's never had a split decision.
Freddie
He's
Boy
always
Floyd
won.
was better than his hey. Crawford would have knocked him down. Look,
Yeah,
if
he just
if
got that
Shane,
power.
if Shane Mosley was younger, Zab Judah gave him problems. He
Mm.
won't get enough to beat Floyd. He gave him problems. The speed was killing him. If he had fought Pacquiao 5 years earlier, Pacquiao.
Earlier, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I do think Bud would hurt him. Bud would have hurt him.
I
He ain't
believe
have
so
enough,
too.
to hurt Bud.
I believe so too. Bud's never been knocked down. He's always won. He never won off a split decision. He's won off unanimous decision or a majority of the vote. I think he definitely would have given him a run for his money just by the other matchups and undercard the other cards he's had to fight against,
Four
like
times undisputed. 4 times
four times in different weight classes too.
4 times in 4 different weight classes undisputed. That's the GOAT right there.
That's yeah. I think that conversation needs to be had. It's too early, but it needs to be had. It needs to be had.
It's had. It's true.
It's had. I think that conversation needs to be brought to light just a little bit more. But
Should.
he's definitely he's an entertainer. Who do you think? This is the last boxer question, and I'm gonna tackle basketball in just a second. But who do you think is gonna come? Who's gonna win that card in January? Teofimo or Shakur Stevenson?
Oh man,
I think that's gonna be a good fight.
am I echoing?
Just a little. You good on my end? Hold on.
You hear me? Is that good? I don't know.
Because that's a good matchup. I think here's the thing, right? Tio has more speed.
Yes.
He has more speed. Hear me
Hmm.
out. He has more speed and he's more fundamentally sound, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I think
You
Shakur
think
got fundamentals,
nah,
but
I think
you know,
Tio.
Tio faster. Tio faster, and he hit
Tio's
hard too.
faster and he hits harder. He has power. But I
Yeah,
think
so
he's more fundamentally sound than Shakur.
Shakur.
So my bad, Shakur. But no, those three things alone, I could
You
like
think
he. I
gonna
think he's
stand?
gonna win.
Think Shakur gonna stand in there and fight with him? Right.
Shakur ain't got no power.
No, he get put on
He has
his.
no. He has no power. Haney has no power. They drop
They
their left shoulder each time.
don't plant their feet. They
They
use their
don't.
so and their legs into the shot. If they planted their feet and put their legs into the shots and sit on a punch, they probably could knock more people out. But they stay on their toes and they in and out moving instead of just you know do the same thing but then plant and catch them. So
But that's the thing. I think with him doing that, Tio's gonna capitalize. He's gonna throw a left
yeah,
or a right. He's either gonna hit you with that left hook or he's gonna jab.
I want to see Shakur fight in that talk.
That too.
Just
That too.
fight. Don't talk. Like, the more you talk, we get to see the gap in your teeth. I wonder why you ain't fixing it. Just fight. Just fight, man. I don't want to hear you talk. Fight, you know.
Yeah. But that's gonna be. I'm looking forward to that just to start off the year. And you know what I'm saying, that fight's what, January 30th. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely gonna watch that. That's
yeah.
that's that's gonna be a good fight in my opinion. I would
That's
hope
a,
it will be a good fight.
yeah, it's
But
gonna be good. Matter of fact,
yeah,
I'll be in Dallas, so I'm gonna find some type of way to watch that damn pay per view.
I'm gonna watch it from home and celebrate Kay's birthday. I think that fight's on his birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I'm a definitely gotta watch that for sure. But I think that fight, and I was talking about it with one of my other friends. Like, I think that fight is also just going to open up to other fights. So, like, maybe like we can see like Haney versus Tio, or Shakur versus Tank. You know, I think it's going to open up other fights.
I
Like,
don't
you
know.
know, what I'm saying, within that division.
I don't know if Tank want to keep fighting now.
I don't know either. He keeps talking about it, but it's like, yo, you gotta fight Shakur. I'm sorry, no, you gotta
Yeah,
fight him. You gotta fight Shakur. You gotta either fight Haney. But Shakur is a must.
yeah, you gotta fight Shakur.
Shakur is a must.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got to rematch Roach. I'm like, what is we
Everybody fight.
doing?
I wouldn't do that again. Roy
No.
Jones, rematch Tom. Should left the door.
Mm.
I wouldn't fight Roach again. Just keep it moving.
But out of
If I
all them,
whip your
gotta
ass one
fight
time,
Shakur.
I don't care how close. If I whip your ass one time, the fans could be like, "Yo, I don't know if he really beat you." I'm like, "Yeah, he did. I beat him, and I ain't fighting you again. Like, you don't get a second chance. Like, I'm not taking a chance. No, if I whip your ass, I don't care how close it is. We not fighting again. It's over. You talk about my mama. We ain't fighting. I already
Yeah.
beat you. You mess around, fight him again, then you lose. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you gotta go in that mindset where it's like, all right, like I'm really gonna knock him on his ass. Like he not getting up. Like,
Mm,
but hey, but I rather see, like I said, I rather see Tank versus Shakur. Cause just the years, just knowing their history, like in the
yeah,
back and forth, like it got to happen for sure. And then I still want to see Haney versus Tio, their
yeah,
history and their back and forth.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. How you feel about them Charlo brothers?
The Charlo brother, I haven't. One of
They
them
ain't
hasn't
like,
fought in what, 3 years?
yeah, I don't know what they.
Jermel, is it?
Yeah, I don't think they. I don't know what they doing.
I don't know what they're doing either. How you feel about the Vargas? I've been following the Vargas brothers.
Man, you know the Vargas brothers. Emilio, he lost the last fight. Um, I think they're good, and they like their dad. Like they lead with their head.
Yeah.
That's what Fernando, Ferocious Fernando, used to do. Remember that time we met him? Well, you was taking you to basketball. I was a basketball kid. And we met them because they were going to a boxing tournament. But I think they're good. I think they got the pedigree of their dad. Um, I just think they just need more experience.
I think so too. I think
Just
they
need
need
more.
more experience.
They didn't fight a long. They fought a brief amateur career, then they went pro. You know, so even though I think he got 20 fights now, 14 fights, he don't have a big amateur career.
No, no. I think they need more experience too, because they just jump right in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like within this past like year and a half, maybe 2 years, like they just jump right in. I think they just need more
They need
experience.
more experience. They need more experience. More rounds in the ring. That's it.
Yeah, I think
But
it's just too. They have potential. Like all of them have potential. Like they all have potential. But I just think like only time will tell how much potential they have. I think only
probably
time can
every
tell.
every every child of a boxer, famous boxer, never lives up to what their dad was. You know, let's think about it. They never could. Be what their dad was. Thomas Frazier was never like his daddy Joe Frazier. You know what I'm saying? So, Shane Mosley's son, he got some L's for him. He ain't live up to the greatness of Shane. So it's gonna be tough for them to live up to the greatness of their dad. Same thing with sports.
So
Bronny,
that's sports in general.
Ronnie ain't gonna never want to be your dad LeBron. That ain't happening. Enjoy the son. You know what they've been doing. You know, driving down train tracks the road away playing with that booger sugar.
Yeah, the booger sugar.
My daddy might be joking. I've been so pissed. Like, don't you ever in your life tell nobody I'm your daddy. You got all that white stuff around your nose. Driving on the train tracks backwards, talking about something my daddy Michael Jordan. No, he ain't mine. Take him, take him to jail. But father who? You Catholic now? You calling for a priest?
Right, right.
Take him to the sheriff. Take him to
No,
jail.
hell, he. I think the only like good like the only duo that we've like seen is like Kenny Griffin Jr. like the
Yeah,
senior and junior
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Junior knows
Um,
better than say. It ain't
yeah,
even close. It ain't
right.
even close.
It ain't. Well, they're a great example of like, all right, like the
Father.
father son.
Yeah. Great example, father.
They, yeah, great example of that for sure. All right, basketball.
Mm.
So we had a lot of gambling schemes, especially this past yeah, this past fall.
Yeah.
Them knocking down for like gambling. What's your opinion on that? Like, just what's your opinion? Because it's like MPJ. I remember he listened to one of his podcasts. He was like talking about.
It's him. It's him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But there's a lot of gambling going on, and I think honestly, like, there's more than what we know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's more. Yeah, there's way more than what we know because you can't tell me like, yo, like you a professional athlete. I'm not saying like they do this, but you can't tell me there's not one athlete in any league that goes out and underperform just so their boy can hit or they
They're
friend
not
can hit a
doing that.
parlay.
They're not doing that.
You can't tell me out of all the professional athletes in the world, there's not one person like doing that.
No, I don't think so.
They have it on tape though.
I don't think so. Like if you a star,
That's
no.
different. You a star. But I'm talking about if you not a star, like you just an average, like you average on the bench. You know what I'm saying? You an average
Yeah, they
baseball
might
player
do
making.
it. They
That's
trash.
what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not saying stars. Like you a star, you can slide a few bills for your boy. But if you like averagely good, like you getting minutes,
Mm.
I'm pretty sure there's some out there like doing it.
I mean, if you trash, you probably not doing that.
That's what I'm
You got no
saying.
business. You got no business in the leagues. Then you trash. But if you a real athlete, you love the game. I'm not gonna jeopardize my reputation, my career
Hmm.
to make what a couple $1,000 when I'm playing for contracts. Like I'm playing in the long term.
Like you playing to like retire your parents type
Yeah,
playing.
I'm playing for the big money because rookie contract 3 4 years. I'm playing for that next signing contract. So why am I going to point shave or fake some games so he can win 200,000 300,000 when I'm costing myself 150 million because I suck? Nah.
No, that ain't logical. I'm just thinking like the few
Well,
millionaire like
what he
yeah.
busted points, brother.
Yeah. Jonte Porter
Yeah, he out here for
sitting
$5,000.
out sitting out some games for and he turn out and make like a mill
Yeah,
when
it's
it's
like,
all said and done.
bro, like why? Like, so you're done with the sport. You can never play basketball again. So where you working at Costco?
Gotta be doing something. Gotta pay bills one way or another.
Exactly. So that's dumb. That's dumb. So I think more to come out, but it ain't gonna be a stars ain't doing it. Even with the coach, Johnson Phillips and them, they just got problems.
Yeah, I think that's a gambling problem.
I think with them, it's no different from going to a poker game and we all betting real money. Like, how is that illegal? If I go to a poker game at so and so's house and we out here all here doing $50,000, $100,000 buy-ins, and we betting real money, how is that an illegal poker game? Because we got money. But it said my man or said establishment. he got a garage, we in the warehouse, so we it's game night. We have a casino night. How's that like? I'm trying to understand how is that illegal if I'm doing that?
Right. Yeah, I don't think that's illegal. Cause
But
you're
that,
just out.
but
Cause
that,
like it's like anybody going to Vegas and playing on the table.
yeah, but that's legalized gambling because it's a building. But they said they had illegal gambling rate. So if I'm betting, so when Michael Jordan was betting and doing all that
I'm
gambling,
gonna say Mike. Yeah, he
was that
bet.
illegal?
Huh.
See, it's more to it than tell us.
Yeah,
It's more to it.
absolutely. It's always more to the story than what's being portrayed on our screens and on our phones and stuff for sure. But I think the NBA is just like being made of an example out of it. I think it's gonna come across like other sports when it's all said and done, whether we know about it or not. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, I got one more. We're gonna talk about one more thing before we run out of time. So I remember the last episode we did together. We talked. You were talking about different formats and how the NBA All Star Game could be more entertaining for its viewers. And you had mentioned that if they did like an NBA versus the world, that'll create marketing and revenue and just
The first,
it'll be crazy. It'll be crazy, right? Because we saw it with the Olympics.
said it first.
You did. That's why I'm quoting you. Like y'all can go back and watch Volume One of Unbelievable, because I remember you saying like if they did USA versus the world, like I said, it'll bring in marketing and money with that, and it'll make the All Star Weekend games more entertaining. So now that they're actually going forth and doing it for next year, what's your take? What do you think is going to happen? What's your opinion?
I think the world's gonna win.
Think the world's going to win?
Absolutely, they got more stars. Like
Mm,
NBA is going from being, you know, America's hood America. It's more world. All the stars are from other countries. The best players are from other countries. The players that we grew up watching, well, not grew up because I was grown, but the players we grown to watch, the LeBrons, the KDs, the Stephs, they old. They're B's. They're old. The Damon Leonards, they're old. Chris Paul, not even in the league, old. So it's like what's happening is these new players are younger and they're coming in, they taking over. The Tatum's are hurt. Tatum's hurt. Kyrie's getting old. It's like the players we've been watching are old now. They're in their 35s to 41. They old, considering basketball years. These other players are 26, 27, 25, 28, 29. They're going to be the new face. They're going to take over. And these other ones are going to wind up retiring, which is going to be kind of hard to watch because I like watching the Stephs and the Keys and the LeBrons.
it's gonna be so hard to watch, or so hard to get adjusted to, especially for me growing up watching them. Like,
I
and
mean,
they're
we
not on my screen.
LeBron James for 23 years. And some of y'all been hating 23 years, like some man bitches.
Sissy.
Sis, man
But no,
bitch.
I like that. I like that take, and I don't disagree. Like you said, the our favorite players that we love to watch are getting older. Like you said, 30 between the age of 35 and 41, they're getting older. They're old for basketball age, you know what I'm saying? For
Yeah,
playing age.
yeah,
Whereas like the world is like should we like I said in the first episode, like we saw it in the Olympics, how France and the USA, they were literally head to head last few minutes of the game, and we came out on top. But just looking at the first half of the game towards the end, it's like, yo, like these young cats are like they're catching up. And then watching the game prior, USA versus Serbia, like they were head to head, and then all it took was a few plays for us to lock back in and win the game. But just over the
yeah,
years, ooh, we're gonna need a. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different all stars for the NBA, and some of them are going to be from overseas for sure.
yeah. And it was crazy. Like you can think about Giannis been in the league 13 years. Did you realize that?
That's
Giannis been
crazy.
in the league 13 years. That's crazy.
And doesn't and it seems like he's been in the league for a less amount of time.
Yeah,
For a less amount of time.
it does.
Crazy. But I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch what they're gonna do for the All Star game this year. 'Cause especially when it took a few years where like the ratings were low.
I just I mean, if I'm a Matt McCullough, man, I ain't really no. You ain't gonna pimp me no more for the dunk contest. I'm
I know,
good, bro.
right? Just to
They
turn
get,
around and like he got signed to the Bulls, and then 3 hours later he got waived, and he's back in, and then he got signed to the Pacers, and then a week later he got waived, and now he's in the G.
I don't know, man. They give me $1 million. I'm gonna have to play. I'm gonna have to do it.
I would do it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's paying my bills.
Yeah, I do it for the money.
But that whole sign get waived,
Yeah,
that shit out the
they,
window.
they got politics. It's politics.
Hmm.
No reason why that he's not in the game. There's no reason why I'm not.
I think the Bulls could have definitely used him on their backcourt
Politics.
because the
Yeah, the
Bulls don't have
Lakers,
nobody.
Lakers could have used them right now.
Yeah, I mean they got Avery, they got Marcus, what's his
Marcus
name?
Smart.
Marcus Smart. They got Nitch. They got.
Come come on.
Trying
You're
to
not
think of
even
players off the bench.
put him right back on the bench.
Hmm.
Marcus Smart. Put
He's
him,
a good. Defensively they need that. They need that defensively.
put him right back.
I think they're using him the way that he should be used for the Lakers, from a defensive point
Yeah, he used
for
to think he
sure.
was.
But he knows his role now. Like,
Yeah, he
you know what I'm
knows now.
saying? Yeah. And ever since he known his role, like he had won defensive player of the year that year, then
He did.
they ain't had to trade him from the Celtics. They ain't have to trade him, but like still he sticks to his role wherever he goes. So and they got him a award out of it. Yeah. Well, that is all the time I have today. Thank you for joining for Volume 2 on our series Unbelievable. Y'all stay tuned for Volume 3 later in the year. Make sure y'all stay safe. Thank you guys for a wonderful 2025. I've had a lot of interviews, talked to a lot of athletes, a lot of people in sports or even just in business and learning how to network and market themselves and their brands. So just want to thank my audience for that and y'all support. Um, y'all have a happy new year. Stay safe, stay blessed, and we will see y'all next year. All right.
Happy New Year.
Peace. Happy New Year. God bless.